Hello and welcome to Pro Football Weekly. I'm Adam Anschel, joined by senior editor Eric Edholm, taking a look at the wild AFC West, a crazy day of football. Let's start in Kansas City. What happened out there?
I think it was a situation where the Chiefs realized they probably weren't going to get into a good shootout with the Broncos like they did last time. It was a 20-point loss, a very humiliating one for the Chiefs. And they went back to their bread and butter. They ran the football. I know Matt Castle and Dwayne Bowe have been the hot passing combination the last month and a half or so. But they got back to the roots. Let's face it, they're a running team. They did that. They took away Kyle Orton in the passing game, did a great job on Brandon Lloyd, only 9 completed passes today. So it's all about defense in the running game.
I think the fireworks that people expected, especially off the Todd Haley, Josh McDaniel feud, didn't really happen. Now, the other game in the West, San Diego and Oakland, I think people thought San Diego would really hit their stride, found their November mojo that they had, now into December. What happened?
This was a crucial loss for them. They absolutely got killed. Well, part of the reason was that their special teams demons kind of caught up to them again. The fumble punt was a big turning point in the first half. And then they couldn't stop Darren McFadden. Let's face it, the Raiders run the football very well. They've shown it for most of this season. And the Chargers were dealt a huge blow because that makes next week's game a must-win game against the Chiefs.
Let's talk about that. I think a lot of people expected San Diego, before the year started, to win this division. Even as things were shaping up now, the way they got on a roll, they still kind of thought that. Maybe it doesn't look like the case now. A 2-game lead for the Chiefs. I mean, what do you think is going to happen in the division?
Well, I think the Chargers are now paying for their sins in the first month of the season. Everybody thought they could turn it around the way they did. But it just shows that games in September mean just as much as they do in December. If you get out to a big lead, you can afford to do a lot of different things, rest starters, etc. They just couldn't do that. That didn't happen. And so when they lost this game on Sunday, all of a sudden now we can look back and say, look at all those games they should have won way back when.
Well, you, before the season started, picked the Raiders to win the division, while I think it was somewhat of a surprise there to see not the Chargers. Now it's looking like the Chargers won't. The Raiders still have a chance. How are you liking that prediction?
Still have a chance. I feel okay about it. I don't feel like I've got egg on my face at this point. I predicted 10 or 11 wins for these Raiders, so I'm hoping for a 4-0 finish just so I look good. But I think that's probably out of the question. I think even the Chargers have a chance to beat them. So I think it's a measure of respectability that they've reached this season, better than some people expected. But like you said, I think the Chiefs are in the driver's seat in this division.
Chiefs-Raiders, the final week of the season, could be the determining factor.
That could be the determining factor. I think that by that point, though, the Chiefs will have wrapped this division up.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it as we keep going. Thanks, Eric. And for all of the best inside information, make sure to go to ProFootballWeekly.com.